Here we go.
Christian here with cheap beat up Elvis vinyl. Well, friends, I hate what we call a dry spell. I haven't been able to pick up anything lately. But I will, because the hunt goes on. Bird burn. Keep it down, I'm talking to people. Jeez. So I put on my favorite TV channel today. It's called YouTube. It's pretty good. Check it out. A lot of different programming on there. So right when I put it on, Ed from King's Court, an Elvis channel, has a new video up. So I'm watching and I look down and I notice it says no views. So I was the first viewer. Thought that was kind of interesting. So why don't we do this? You know, I like when people comment on the videos and say where they're from. Continue to do that because I find that fascinating. But also, say what number view you are. Might be fun. Also, I'm going to put my email address right here. If anyone has any questions or anything, you can send me an email. Hold on. Yeah. I know Carrie had commented. Go ahead. Carrie had commented on the last video. He had a question. So, Carrie, send me an email about that Christmas CD. As I said, I haven't picked up any Elvis vinyl in probably 2 months. So I didn't know what I was going to make a video on, and then I looked at my shelf and I saw a few Elvis box sets. Now, since Elvis has passed, they put out a ton of box sets. They probably still put them out now. But they did put out a few in the 70s, and those are the ones that I'm interested in. So we're going to take a look at some Elvis Presley box sets from the 70s right after this break. Oh, thanks. Yeah. So true. So true. Good information. Okay, we're back from the break. We're going to look at some 70s Elvis box sets now. First one that came out was this one right here. Worldwide 50 Gold Award Hits, Volume 1. Now this was a box. It had, mine is, as you can see, not in very good shape. This came out in August of 1970. It had 4 LPs in it. They sold it in stores. It also had a 16-page booklet that came in it. Now they re-released the 4 albums as two album sets. First one came out in 1974. You could only get these through the record clubs, but the original release you could buy in the stores. This was parts 1 and 2, which was disc 1 and 2, and then in 78 they put out part 2, which was, well, they called it parts 3 and 4, which is discs 3 and 4. Also came on the 8-track, because these were from Record Club only. Then in 1978, they released another box in the stores, and it was called 50 Gold Award Hits, The Other Sides. And it included a little piece of Elvis's clothing. We've talked about that before. They took a bunch of his clothes and cut them into little pieces, and they had a little envelope on each of the box sets, and you got a little piece of Elvis's clothes. Now, according to what I've read, they just cleaned out a bunch of his clothes and sent it to the place for him to cut up, and then somebody noticed that they had a few of his stage outfits in there, and so they pulled those out. It was never released as a record club. They didn't break that one up like they did on the first one. Now, the next Elvis box set that came out is this one right here. The Elvis Presley Story. Came out on Candlelight. It was only available through mail order. Now, I've read different accounts of this. One said that it came out in July of '77. One said that it came out in August. I would think that a product like this had to have a little bit of a run-up, so I would think they probably had it planned before Elvis passed. I don't think they could have cranked it out that quick. I got 2 copies of this. This one came from my buddy Curtis. This belonged to his mother-in-law. It's got some wear on it, but this is the one that I'll keep because it belonged to Judy's mom. And so that's very cool. I got it, and I'll take good care of it. Here's the inside of it. It slides out like this. And all of the records are up in here. And here is the track listing. And for each track, they tell a little something about it. If it was a hit, where it was recorded, just a little tidbit about each one. Now, the bonus disc with that was this one right here. One of those things where if you order now, you get a free bonus disc. And when they say now, they mean until they get rid of all of them. His songs of inspiration, Candlelight, very nice, all gospel type stuff. Now, I tried to slide it into the box. It doesn't fit. So it must have just, when they mailed it to you, it must have just rode on the outside like that. So when I first got a hold of this album, I didn't know what it was. I didn't know that it was a bonus disc, but I figured it out after I did some fancy book learning on the subject. It also came as 8 tracks. I believe there were 3 8 tracks. I got 2 of them. The next box set came out in 1978. It was also a Candlelight, and it was called Memories of Elvis. I don't have one of them, but here's a picture of what it looked like. Now, this here was the bonus disc that came with that. It came with the Memories of Elvis box set. Really interesting packaging. I like this one. When I first got this, my buddy over at the record store, he said, "Oh, I got this for you." He goes in the back, he comes out with it, and I was like, "What the heck?" It just looked weird. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know much about box sets at the time. So I didn't understand it, but I thought it looked really cool. So I picked it up. Then later, when I learned about the box sets, I found out that this was one of the bonus discs. I really like the pink. Very Elvis, very 50s. Although the picture here, I believe that's from '68 special. Don't call it the comeback special, call it the '68 special. Then in 1979, this here fella came out. Whew. The legendary recordings of Elvis Presley, Candlelight. Candlelight Music is proud to present the legendary recordings of Elvis Presley. Oh, treat me like a fool. Also a TV only. See, it's got the beautiful gold, kind of embossed. I reckon that's from the '68 special also. This thing is pretty heavy, man. And I think I got it for maybe $10 maximum. It's really packaged well. Open it up here. This one's in pretty good shape. Really nice stuff here. And then here are the records, which is really, really nice too. Each one is a different color and a different theme. Songs of Hope and Tearful Memories from Elvis. And can you see that? It's the same image as the cover, see, but it's embossed. So it's not a different color, it's just embossed. Mine has a little scuff on it there. Beautiful baby blue. And then on the back, the track listing and talk about each track. Beautiful. Precious memories. That's the first one. Next one is Encore of Golden Performances. See, it's also got, see how it's embossed? Really beautiful. Really quality product. Let's see if we can get one of these discs out of here. RCA Special Products, Dynaflex. Memories are made of this. Elvis, his country music roots. Beautiful yellow, got the embossed on it. Baby Let's Play House, Blue Moon in Kentucky. Mystery Train. That's a barn burner. Scotty Moore showed everybody who was king on that, I'll tell you that. King of Rock and Roll. Beautiful limeish color. Once again, the embossed cover. Shake, Rattle, and Roll. Tutti Frutti. Rip It Up. Party. Paralyzed. I Got a Woman. I Slipped. I Stumbled. I Fell. Ooh. Ooh. Wee. Man, if this guy's career, if this was all he did, if he put out one record and it had these songs on it, it would be like, wow, that guy killed it. And that's just, you know, that's just 10 of them that he did. Wow. The Home of the Blues. Elvis sings the blues Memphis style. Beautiful purple. I guess that would be purple, yeah. Soft purple. Got that embossed on it. Man, that's nice. How's the world treating you? Feels so right. Candlelight Music presents. And the last one, which is record number 6, Elvis sings 30 Years of Popular Favorites. And this one is in that hot pink. Embossed once again. Blue Moon, Witchcraft. At the back of the box, I didn't understand what this was. It's a little ribbon, and it's stapled there. And then I read where this is supposed to go right here, and that's, notice I was having trouble getting the records out. But if you have this under the records, then you pull this up and it lifts all the records. They had a little engineering on this one here, is what I'm saying. You know what I'm talking about. I think you do. So you see, you put it like that, and then when you want to take the records out, you just lift it. Look at that. This is great. On the back, nothing. Great spine, looks so good up on the shelf. Quality product. The last box set I'm going to talk about came out in the 80s, so doesn't really fit our theme, but I'm not going to exclude it. No, all are welcome. Come on in, the water's fine. Came out in 1984. I bought this one when it came out. Golden Celebration. It was numbered. There you go. Still got the little sticker that was on it. I saved the sticker. Now the reason I got this, it was Elvis's 50th anniversary. The reason I got this is because I like the 50s Elvis. I like hearing how Elvis, Scotty, and Bill, and then DJ sounded live. And this has lots of live stuff on it. So it has 6 different records. Each one has photos and a write-up about what's on each record. This is the Dorsey Brothers stage show, Milton Berle show, Steve Allen show, Ed Sullivan show, Mississippi Alabama Fair and Dairy show from '56, Tupelo, Mississippi Fair, '68 special. Whoops, excuse me. This is stuff that, here's an excerpt from the famous TV Guide interview and a couple of other songs that were discovered at Graceland, date unknown. Ed Sullivan, stuff he recorded in Germany, Dorsey Brothers, and some Sun Session outtakes. These great photos, great write-ups. I was real happy with this one because I like hearing the between song banter, how they'd start a song and it was just bedlam. Really great. I was looking on that YouTube channel that we were talking about earlier, and they had some live footage from '56, and it was Elvis at an armory, maybe Cleveland. It was fantastic to see how the '56 concerts, most of them were. I mean, just a big cavernous place, tons of people, everybody's in suits, hats, women are all dressed up nice. Elvis comes out, and it's like popcorn. It's just nuts. Really cool. Check it out. Go look for that old Elvis '56 stuff. Now, it had some inserts up in here. Elvis 50th anniversary, a bunch of other records. And they also had this beautiful little photo of Mr. Elvis. Got dreamy. And this one is autographed. That's right. And I will be putting this one up for auction. Autographed. Just give me about 5 minutes so I can sign Elvis's name on it, and then I will put it up for auction. So those are the Elvis box sets from the 1970s. Very interesting stuff. I'm going to pick me up one of those. I'm going to find one of those worldwide gold top 50 hits boxes. I'm going to find one of those, and I'm going to find one of the ones with the, I'll probably never find one of those, the other side's the one that has the little piece of Elvis clothing. Probably have to get that off eBay or something. And then do you trust that it's really Elvis's clothing or just the guy cut a piece of his shirt? But it'll have the little envelope. I don't know. We'll see. So get out there, try and pick you up some of those Elvis box sets. You can find them cheap. I think I got I got the Elvis Presley story free from my buddy Curtis. But the one that I had picked up, I think I paid $5 for it. And then that real nice legendary recordings, maximum $10. I might have paid $5 for it. So get out there. You can pick them up. You can find them. You know, recently here in America, we had a little shindig called the Super Bowl. And it got me to thinking. I remember when I was a little bitty fella, sitting next to the sofa on a little hassock kind of chair, and my dad was sitting on the sofa, and we watched Joe Namath win the 3rd Super Bowl. It was so cool. Joe Namath won the Super Bowl. Since then, there have been a lot of guys who won the Super Bowl, but there's only been one king. Thank you, Elvis. Okay, fine.